Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Wall Street, the Dow Jones today? Now, a couple of things here. The short yesterday played out quite nicely, but I wasn't expecting a blast through of the different levels like that, and I think you'll see them better on a 4-hour chart. So let's just get there. There was the previous swing high there, and then we had this swing high as well. Now, we've pretty much blown through those. Okay, we had a 4-hour close, and then we've had 2 4-hour candles, 3 4-hour candles now below that. So those levels are null and void. We've also blown through the 200 EMA. So I think for now the trend has changed back to the downside. And what we're looking for is to find levels that... Okay, so currently we are dealing with this level here, so this swing high here. The next one that we have in place will be all the way down the bottom here. Well, actually, I lie. It'll be first this pin bar here, this tail, and then this tail over here. Okay, so there we go. So those are kind of the levels at the moment, and I think the important thing here is to just take cognos of where your Fibonacci's are. So if we look at this rally here and pullback, it was quite a deep pullback. So what I like to do is take Fibonacci from there, test it there, it was barely on the 50%. And right now we're on the 50%. And you can see 61.8 lines up with the next two areas. Okay, so on the 4-hour we do have sort of a bit of divergence between the moving averages, so that's indicating that we are expecting a pullback of sort, and we also have sort of sitting in the oversold territory, sorry, although the stochastic is still not quite there. Okay, so that's kind of... I want the factuals gone, we want that one. Okay, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. Let's get down to the hour, and we'll have a look quickly on a Bollinger to see what's happening here, but it's looking to me like we've got a bit of divergence here. It's starting to trade off, so I'm just jumping back to the 1 hour, sorry, the daily. So I just remember seeing diversions. Okay, here we go. So here's the previous swing low, here is the next swing low, and if you look at the oscillator here, we have diversions. In other words, we have a higher low on price, but we've got a lower low on the oscillator. Okay, not too worried about between there and there. I'm looking at from here to here. Okay, and what I do want to do though, I just want to get onto the weekly, just make sure that we don't have anything sitting here. There's nothing really here, although at this stage we are flirting with an inside bar. If this weekly bar stays like that, then what you can expect is a proper second move down to come and target previous lows here. Okay, so that's not in place at the moment, so what we've got to do is just look at the lower time frames and take it from there. Okay, so I think for me right now, this is pretty similar to, well, not quite that similar to yesterday. We do have a couple of inside tails here, but we've broken through them and we're now testing it. So yeah, I anticipate that we're probably going to have more downside first this morning, and I think the thing that you want to watch is obviously going to be something like, well, that's broken. Yeah, look, it's a tough call at the moment. You know, from a daily perspective, we are flirting with the moving average. We've also had a crossover here, so from a daily perspective, this could be seen just as a pullback. It's quite a deep violent pullback over a day. And what we need to look for is we need to find the next inside tail. And I think this here, this fractal tail here, is probably the most logical. So 25240 is the next area to watch. If we don't get any bullish price action on that level, then the daily 200 EMA is probably the next one, which is 25061. Okay, and remember guys, when I'm talking about bullish price action, what we're looking for is a level. And you can see here we had a level. There's a couple of levels here, a couple of tails that you could have picked up, but more importantly it was a 200 EMA. And then you had an indecision bar, then a confirmation bar. So that is that's a signal that you're looking for. You found the level, your oscillators all grouped to the downside. So there's your signal, your level. Now your trigger is going to be price action, which basically breaks above this fractal level here, which happened here. Okay, so at this stage, we have a signal, our oscillators all down here. We do not have a level. Okay, now there may be a level that on the hour here, but the levels you're looking for are at least at a minimum of the 4 hour. Okay, that is a level on the 4 hour. That is a swing high on the 4 hour, but I think this bottom one here is more valid. Okay, and then you've got, let's just be conservative and move that up there. So that is the zone we've got. So you've got between 25,119 and 25,306. Okay, so you've got a 200 odd point zone here that you need to wait for at a minimum a half hour. I prefer an hour where you can get some signal. So there's a signal and here's a signal. Okay, there's two triggers that are happening here, but what you're looking for in this scenario is going to be a break above this level, and it's not a fractal, which is the other worrying thing for me. I prefer to see fractals. A fractal on the half hour, but looking at the half hour, this is probably going to swing down some more. Okay, last thing to look at here is the fact that we have broken above here. Whichever way you want to look at it. We have a bit of a wedge. I'm not entirely convinced, so take that with a pinch of salt. Okay, so what you're looking for is a level, and your level needs to come off your 4 hour. There are buyers here, but this could just be profit taking. And your first most logical level is going to be right over there, pretty much where we've tagged 25,309, and then followed by 25,120. And let's just double check the weekly to see if we have a weekly level here. Okay, there is one there, and then there's another one there. So you see what I'm doing? I'm picking up off these tails. There's an inside tail, there's an inside tail, there's an inside tail, there's an inside tail. So yeah, so I think that's what we're waiting for, although this inside bar is quite telling at the moment. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at a Bollinger. Bollinger is the one. You can see we've got some old levels sitting there as well. I think I'll just leave those ones in for now. This one's wrong. There's one. We're on this one here as well. And there. So you can see there's my inside bar there, which is kind of where we're hovering at the moment. And there's quite a bit of congestion to the left here. So now one way to look at this is that we have broken above this level and we've come back to test this level. So the level I'm referring to is where all these tails are here. Okay, so you see it was used as resistance there, used as resistance there, used as support here, and we're now using it as support again. So That's kind of the one area, but what I'm more interested in is this Bollinger. So if you look at the Bollinger on the 1 hour, you can see how we are pointing to the downside, starting to round, and price was outside the Bollinger and is now coming inside. So this itself is a warning that we're coming to an end. We're also at the 50% Fibonacci retracement. 61.8 is a little bit further down. So let's just take it from here and see where we are here. 76.2 at the moment. Okay. And 61.8 is down the bottom here. Okay. So yeah, I'm still looking for a long. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. This original area which I was looking for, there wasn't really. You had an hour close below it. So the minute you had that, that was mitigated. There was no opportunity there at all. Okay. So now what we're looking for is the next levels, and it's going to be one of these three levels. Okay. So pretty much where we are now, a little bit deeper at 25,225, or alternatively 25,100. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Concern I do have on the 4 hours that we've had a crossover the moving averages, and we're pointing to the downside. So, and you can see on the half hour now as well, we had a crossover, and the entry that we did have yesterday, as I said in the video, was pretty much the retest of this breakout here. You see we had the breakout, there's the retest, and if you come down to a lower time frame, which is what we were watching while I was doing the video yesterday, you can see we had a exhaustion bar up to level and then a pin bar. So there was your entry, and I was still umming and ahhing about the validity of this because the stop had to be so high, but it was well worth the risk, and there we go. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's kind of difficult to call at the moment. We're not at a level, so there's no opportunity to get in long or short at the moment, and we need to wait for a level to be tagged. As soon as we get a level tag, then we need to watch on the half hour to see that we start building a base. Okay, and if we just come down to the half hour and see what I mean, you know, something like inside bar, something like a pin bar, engulfing bar, that's what you're looking for. Off a 200 moving average like this, anything that is indicating that the buyers are coming in off a level is what you're looking for, and right now we've got nothing. Okay, so if you are short, probably no reason to get out yet. What you may want to do is just move your stop down to sort of above this pin bar here, or if you really want to be tight, move it above this fractional level here. Okay, the minute you start getting these moving averages getting close together and you start breaking above these fractals on the half hour, then that's a signal to get out of it. Okay, anyway guys, that's my idea on Wall Street at the moment, on the Dow Jones. I hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.